Good morning. I am Vai Lavanya, working as Associate Professor in the Department of ECE in RCE. Today I am going to tell about Introduction to Differential Amplifiers from Linear IC Applications course. So first of all, we will see what is meant by an IC. So IC is nothing but is expanded as Integrated Circuit. It is defined as a circuit where all the active and passive components are fabricated on a single piece of semiconductor material like silicon wafer. The silicon wafer is called as a substrate and it is called as integrated circuit. Once again, integrated circuit, simply we call it as IC, is a circuit where all the active and passive components are fabricated on a single piece of semiconductor material like silicon wafer. This silicon wafer is nothing but substrate. So IC will look to be like this. As we have ordinary simple circuits, we are going for integrated circuits because of the following advantages. First one is small in size. Second one, less weight. Third one, low cost. Fourth one, low supply voltages. Fifth one, low power consumption. Sixth one, highly reliable. Seventh one, fast speed. As the circuit uses less number of components, the circuit size will be very small. If you go to the second one, as number of components are less and size is less, weight of the circuit will also be less. As these two parameters are less or small, the cost of the circuit will also be small. The supply voltages that is used for this IC will be in between 5 volts to 12 volts only. Hence, the power consumption will also be very less. This circuit is highly reliable and the speed of operation will also be fast. So these ICs can be majorly classified into two types. They are linear ICs and digital ICs. Linear ICs is also called as analog ICs. Digital ICs are also called as non-linear ICs. Linear ICs can be defined as solid state analog device characterized by a theoretically infinite number of possible operating states. It operates over a continuous range of input levels. That means inputs and outputs of this linear ICs will be continuous in nature. So these are the few examples of linear ICs. It is IC741, which is operational amplifier. IC555 is a timer. IC7805 is a voltage regulator. Here we have shown a pic of IC741. Next, we go for digital ICs. A digital integrated circuits can handle discrete signals such as binary values, zeros and ones. And these circuit uses digital logic gates, multiplexes, flip-flops, etc. These circuits are easier to design and they are economical in nature. Here we have few examples of IC7408, IC74LS138, it's a decoder, IC9514. Here we have shown a pic of digital ICs. Both linear ICs as well as digital ICs looks to be in similar pictures, but they have few differences. So here we are going to discuss about difference between analog and digital ICs. So as we have told, analog ICs are also called as linear ICs and digital ICs are also called as non-linear ICs. So what is meant by linear IC? So it consists of inputs and outputs that can take on a continuous range of values, and the outputs are generally proportional to the input signals. And it consists of very less number of transistors when compared to the digital ICs. Analog ICs are commercially available as operational amplifiers, voltage multipliers, comparators, regulators, microwave amplifiers, etc. And these ICs finds application in aircrafts, space vehicles, radars, PLLs, oscilloscopes, etc. Coming to digital ICs, these circuits contain inputs and output voltage levels that are limited to only two positive possible levels, low or high. And it consists of more number of transistors compared to linear ICs. The commercially available ICs are microprocessor chips, memory chips, analog to digital chips, digital to analog, logic gates, flip-flops, counters, registers, etc. And these ICs found applications in microprocessors, clocks, digital watches, computers, calculators, etc. So if we compare both the analog ICs as well as digital ICs, analog ICs are more advantageous, but each one have their own applications. So as we know that in integrated circuit, that is IC, are available as operational amplifier. So if we consider operational amplifier, that is IC741, differential amplifier is a basic building block of this operational amplifier. This differential amplifier amplifies difference between two input voltages. As this amplifies difference between two input voltages, it is also called as difference amplifier. So this is the simple block diagram of ideal differential amplifier, which consists of two inputs V1 and V2 and one output V0. This inputs V1 and V2, one is a positive input, or we call it as non-inverting input, and other one is inverting input or negative input. So both are opposite in polarity, and output will be equal to V1 minus V2. If V1 is positive and V2 is negative, V0 can be written as V1 minus V2. So from this, we can write V0 is proportional to difference between the two input voltages. So in order to remove this proportionality, we are using the circuit gain. So it can be expressed as V0 is equal to A into V1 minus V2. These differential amplifiers have two types of gains. One is differential gain and the other one is common mode gain. So differential gain is defined as a gain with which differential amplifier amplifies the difference between two input signals, which is denoted with capital A suffix D, and it is given as V0 is equal to AD into VD, where VD is nothing but difference voltage and VD is equal to V1 minus V2. Therefore, AD is equal to, from this equation, we can write AD is equal to V0 by VD. Generally or ideally, the value of this differential gain is infinite. The other gain is common mode gain. it is defined as the gain with which differential amplifier amplifies the common mode signal to produce the output. Generally, the differential amplifier amplifies in differential gain itself, and this common mode gain should be kept ideally 0, but practically it will be a small value, and it is given as V0 is equal to AC into VC, where VC is the common mode voltage and is defined as average value of two input voltages. So VC is equal to V1 plus V2 by 2. Ideally, it should be a 0 value. So next we have common mode rejection ratio, which is one of the important parameter that defines the operational amplifier. So common mode rejection ratio, simply we name it as CMRR, and it is denoted with the symbol rho. It is defined as the ratio of differential gain to the common mode gain, and it is expressed as rho is equal to mod of AD by AC. So generally, we say that differential gain should be a finite or infinite. Ideally, it is infinite value, whereas AC is 0. So irrespective of numerator, if the denominator of this equation is 0, then the value of this CMRR will be infinity. Hence, ideally, the CMRR should be equal to infinity. If CMRR is infinity, then an operational or a differential amplifier will give good output. So this shows all the introduction to differential amplifier. Thank you.